Lights are out on the pace car. Flagman Tim has done the double up shuffle. We got them side by side. Pace car is down in turn number 3 onto pit lane. We are coming around through turns 3 and 4, looking at the flag stand. It is going to be up to Flagman Tim to wave that rag, and once he does, we will be after it as Chad McCumbee and Stephen Parsons come to the line. Green flag is in the air, and we are racing down into turn number 1 as McCumbee grabs that early advantage.
McCumbee in the number 95 got a quick start, and he is extending the lead around through turn 2 and into turn 3. A 40-lap feature to start here tonight. We've got 4 short races, so it should be a lot of excitement. These guys are going to try to get to the front in a hurry and stay there because it's so short.
Absolutely. You know the tires are always a factor at Myrtle Beach Speedway, and there will be some guys that may try and save them a little bit, but when you got 2 40-lap sprints, there's not a lot of saving goodie on tires in this one. You pretty much are going to hammer down from the beginning and see what you can get, and it looks like Chad McCumbee's already got the hammer down. He's got about a 4-car length advantage over Parsons, who's in second. Lucas Williams has slotted into that 3rd spot. Justin Milliken is down on the inside. On the outside is Jamie Weatherford. They're battle hard, but it looks like Milliken is going to slide into that spot, put him in 4th, Weatherford in 5th. And I believe that is Matt Cox that is slotted there in the 6th spot as they come out of turn number 4 by the flag stand and put lap number 3 on the board.
I'll tell you what, Mike, it looks like Chad McCumbee's car. It's got a lot of power here early on, and that looks like a new shell for him. Maybe a new engine, a whole new setup for Chad McCumbee, but that looks like a new car, and he is turning the wheels on that boy early on.
Yeah, I don't know about the chassis underneath it, but the skin on that one is absolutely looking clean. Not seeing any tire marks. I don't know if they repainted it or if they hung a whole new sheet metal body on there, but it is definitely looking clean and green as he leads them down the backstretch. The field is kind of stretching it out here. We've got almost everybody nose to tail. A little battle going on back there around 11th and 12th, but everybody else is pretty much in line. But as per usual, as I say that, down in turns number 4, the 2 high side hustlers, Matt Cox and Brian Voss, who routinely try to make that high side work, both throw it up to the outside and try to make some move towards the front, as we have got 5 laps on the board as we head back into turn number 3.
You mentioned the second number 5 car. They are almost nose to tail right now. They've got a car in between, but we've got 2 number 5s right in the middle of the field, but they are facing or forcing their way into the front of this field, trying to get more power out of those number 5s.
Right on. I know Bryant Barnhill was our winner last week. He's one of those 5s.
Yep.
From what I understand, they have a different power plant in that car this time around than they had 2 weeks ago when he won the race. I don't know why they chose to do that. Didn't hear from them one way or the other. I just know they got a new one. My guess is they freshened something up. That other one may have had a lot of miles on it. But they have got a new power plant in there, and right now he is trying to get it felt out. But at the moment, he is not near the front because the front is being dominated by Chad McCumbee with Stephen Parsons in second. Justin Milliken has worked his way up to the 3rd spot. In 4th is Lucas Williams now. 5th place, coming by the flag stand, is the 94, Jamie Weatherford. Matt Cox taking it to that high side on Weatherford as they head down through turns 1 and 2. Weatherford gives him some room. Cox is on the high side, Weatherford on the low side, heading down into turn number 3, battling it out for that 5th spot. Brian Voss has got 7th right now, hanging out on the outside of Will Burns, who is sitting there in 8th in that black and white number 82. But Justin Milliken putting the pressure on Parsons now. As we said, it's 40 laps. When we come by this time, we're going to have 10 laps on the board, which means we only got 30 left to go. We are 25% of the way through this 40-lapper, and Justin Milliken, who is routinely on the gas and seldom holds back with anything, is hammering it down towards the front. He makes the pass on Parsons as they go into turn number 1, put Milliken in a 2nd spot. Parsons back to 3rd, and Matt Cox still working on Jamie Weatherford. They've been side by side for that 5th spot for about 4 or 5 laps now.
Looking at the rundown, our scoring sheet, it is not showing Bryant Barnhill right now. He is in 11th position, but he's not. His transponder may not be working. He's in 11th, and then of course Tyler English is in the 12th position right now in the number 15. And the other number 5 also not showing up, so maybe the 2 number 5s are confusing our transponder receiver.
It's been known to happen from time to time, but we will get it straight out. Cody Haskins also out there getting after it in the number 2. We got him coming back out. He's been running all over the place of late. Anywhere they're dropping a green flag on a weekend, Cody's been learning this late model deal. He was the king of trucks for a while. Anywhere you showed up that they were running trucks and Cody showed up, everybody else was running for second. Cody's getting his feet wet in the late model world now and getting his figured out, and he is getting more and more competitive every time he's out at the racetrack.
I'll tell you what, Chad McCumbee has not given up any real estate since he took that lead on lap number 1, and he is trying to extend. He's not getting a big lead, but he is firmly in command here in the top spot as we are approaching 15 laps in.
Absolutely. Chad McCumbee is a seasoned veteran here at Myrtle Beach Speedway. At least a 2-time, if not 3-time, track champion car owner for Sam Yarbrough. He knows how to get it done. It would not surprise me if he is just biding his time at this point. He's got the favorable position. He's about 5 or 6 car lengths ahead of Milliken. Whoa, we got a spinner down at turn number 3 and 4. Just happened to look up at it as it happened. Throckmorton got into the back of Thad Moffitt. Moffitt took a slow, lazy spin around in the middle of the corner. Did not make contact. Tries to pinch him down, make it tough on McCumbee. McCumbee is in the gas. He pulls the nose out in front, clears him as they head down on the back stretch, put the lead back in McCumbee's hands. Milliken in second. They're side by side for the next 3 rows on back. Racing to get back over here to the start-finish line to put lap number 19 in the books.
Got an update on the Myrtle Beach score for you now. The Seahawks lead Burns 28-13 as they approach the end of the 3rd quarter.
Here comes the comeback. Watch out for those Burns boys. They're getting ready to put it on them.
Yeah,
Ryan Barnhill slowing down once again. Looks like he is going to head back into the pits, but we are going to stay green for now. Matt Cox has worked his way up to the 3rd spot. He is on the outside of Stephen Parsons. Parsons hanging tough with him on the inside. Parsons has the short way around. Cox is on the momentum side, running around on that high side. But while they sit there and do it out side by side, that only spells good news for your front 2. McCumbee and Milliken continue to stretch it out as Cox tries to clear Parsons down into turn number 1. Parsons is going to keep that nose in there, but that's fine with Cox. Cox likes running that high side. He is going to stay in the gas, and he's going to clear him as they head onto the back stretch. In 3rd place to Cox, 4th to Parsons. Lucas Williams sitting in 5th. They're all nose to tail at this point, headed down through turns 3 and 4. Coming back by the line this time, 20 laps on the books. 20 laps, cross flags in the air from Flagman Tim, letting them know that we are halfway through this first feature race of the evening for the late models. Stephen Parsons not wanting to give up that number 3rd spot so easily. He is right back at it with the nose underneath Cox, trying to get alongside him as they head through turns 3 and 4. Cox swings it out on the high side, Parsons on the low side, but Cox is going to clear him. Hang on to that position. Jamie Weatherford is now cleared into the 6th position. He's trying to put his nose underneath Lucas Williams and see if he can get up there. Will Burns is back there battling it hard alongside of Cole Glasson. Glasson is sitting there on the high side. They're side by side right along behind them. Brian Voss has got it on the outside of, I'm trying to see whose car that is going by here real quick. That's the 41. Galensky is in that car. We mentioned it earlier in pre-race for those of you that were here in the stands. Lee McCall's 41 car has been taken over by Ryan Galensky. Chase Purdy was running that car early in the year, was 3rd in national points, but they had a difference of opinions and decided to part ways amicably. So Lee was looking for another driver. Galensky said, I'll jump in a car that's 3rd in national points. So he is out here getting a feel for that number 41 at the historic half mile at Myrtle Beach Speedway. Your top 2 have stretched it out. The battling is going on in the middle of the pack. If you can see it on HTC Connect or HTC Channel 4, Will Burns has got it on the inside. He is trying to muscle his way forward to see if he can get into the top 8. He's trying to chase down Jamie Weatherford, but he has got Cole Glasson on his outside, making life tough. Ryan Galensky's on the inside. He's going to try and get his nose down under Glasson as well. Brian Voss is on the outside there. Voss is still in the midst of the points race this season, but races are beginning to run out. Matt Cox has got the lead at this point. He has got himself in 3rd place in this race. So if he can keep himself right in contention with Justin Milliken and ahead of Brian Voss, he's going to go a long way to securing that track championship again, because he's got the points lead, and they can't score too many points if he has got them in sight. 26 laps on the board, I do believe.
Chad McCumbee continues to lead, followed by Justin Milliken, Matt Cox, Stephen Parsons, Lucas Williams, Jamie Weatherford, Will Burns, Cole Gleason, Brian Valls, and Ryan Glinsky round out your top 10. And if you're still wondering, the fourth quarter just started over at Doug Shaw Memorial Stadium, and the Seahawks have scored a touchdown and now lead it 35-13 over the Burns Rebels from the upstate. So powerhouse comes south, and Myrtle Beach taking care of them right now.
Burns has got them right where they want them. They're getting them all overconfident. They're going to run all over them in the last 8 minutes of the fourth quarter.
Hush your mouth. Hush your mouth.
Nah, those Seahawks are tough this year. I think they're going to have a great team and have a great shot all season. We'll find out if they can overcome those Dillon boys. I don't know if they're the same division or not. But,
no, Dillon is in 3A this year. Myrtle Beach is 4A now, gone to 5 classifications, and Dillon still, even though they lost last night to Mallard Creek, the 3-time defending 4A state champs from North Carolina, Dillon is still the top team in 3A. Their 37-game winning streak broken last night, but Myrtle Beach with a new quarterback in Lucas Cribb, he is going to be very, very strong. And with Jermani Green at running back, the Seahawks are not missing a beat this year.
10 fingers extended from Flagman Tim as the field flashes by the start-finish line. 30 laps are in the books. We have got 10 more laps to go in this 40-lap first feature for the late models, and Chad McCumbee is in a zip code by himself. He has got a full straightaway lead over third place. Justin Milliken is 6 to 7 car lengths back in the second spot. But as I said before, I feel like McCumbee is just managing that gap. He has got it where it needs to be. He's keeping Milliken far enough back that he doesn't have to sweat it. And he's not abusing his stuff, which could speak volumes for the next time around, too, because once they get done with this one, they're going to park the cars. They're not taking the tires off. They're going to go right back out and run these same tires for the second 40-lap feature. So if he gets by with not pushing it real hard, that could bode well for him for the next race. When he comes in at the end of this one, he will draw a pill. It will be either a 5, a 6, or a 7, and that is what we will invert for the next race. So at best, he will restart 5th. At worst, he will restart 7th for the second 40-lap feature of the night.
Well, again, Chad been very successful as a driver himself in the past, but more success as an owner. So it's got to make him feel just really special when he's had championship series wins as an owner, and now he comes out here as a driver and can still dominate the field like this.
Absolutely. He's running strong. Got a couple cars that have hit to the pit lane. The number 10 is in once again. That is Ryan Hall. No, that's not Ryan Hall. That is Ed Williams in the number 10. They've been looking underneath that car like he's thinking he's got a broken shock or a bad spring or something. They've been looking under that car trying to figure out what is going haywire with that one. Cody Haskins is also on pit lane. They're checking some stuff behind his tires. Again, we told you before the races started they had to run 30 laps to be able to start on the lead lap for the second feature. Once they got by 30, it looks like Haskins just pulled it in knowing he didn't have anything for McCumbee, so he's going to save his stuff. He's not running for points, so he's all about trying to get a win, so he's going to park it, have the better tires, and at least 10-lap pressure tires when they start that second 40. Bryant Barnhill's group has also got it in the pits.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he's gotten 30 on his tires so far.
I don't believe Bryant's got 30 on. He's close. He may run out the back of that Charger race, as I mentioned, and turn 3 or 4 more laps to get himself to that 30-lap count. But I think they've got bigger issues than tires on that number 5. It seems like that power plant is not getting it done the way they would like it to.
They're all up underneath it right now.
But the laps are winding down. We have got 37 laps on the board, 3 more laps for this first late model feature of the night. Before I forget, we will not be doing a victory lane for late model feature number 1. They are going to do twin victory lanes after the second late model feature. So we will not have the fat man waddling down the stairs for the first.
So that saves you at least one trip.
Absolutely. I'm already sweating like nobody's business because as you've watched on TV all year long, I am not svelte, and I have to sweat or I will explode. So the pores are working overtime this evening as we got 38 laps on the board. McCumbee comes through turns 3 and 4, looking at the flag stand. Flagman Tim waving that white rag in the air. One more time around, McCumbee has the lead. He is comfortably out ahead of Milliken. Milliken has a fine cushion back to Cox. Stephon Parsons sitting in the 4th spot. He is getting a little pressure from Will Burns. That may get into battle here when they go through 3 and 4, although I think he's comfortable at this point in time. For now, coming through turn 4, looking at the flag stand, checkered flag in the air. Chad McCombie going to be your winner of feature race number 1 for the late models.
Followed by Justin Milliken, Matt Cox, Stephen Parsons. The son of Phil Parsons finishes 4th. Will Burns in 5th. Lucas Williams, a past winner here, finishes 6th. 7th is Ryan Glinsky. Brian Valls is 8th. Tyler English is 9th. And Jamie Weatherford rounds out your top 10.
Dexter Knight Jr. 11th. Thad Moffitt comes home in 12th. Cole Glasson 13th. Chris Rockstar Throckmorton is 14th. Sammy Scarpelli rounding out your top 15 as feature race number 1 goes into books for the number 2. Justin Milliken finished 2nd in that first race. He's going to be inside row 3 with Chad McCombie to his outside. The 41 of Ryan Glensky, the Lee McCall entry, is going to be starting 7th. In the 8th spot, looks like Tyler English in the blue and white number 5. The 5, which we believe it is scored as a 55 of Dexter tonight, is going to be right behind English. And we got the 94, Jamie Weatherford rolling up. Behind Weatherford, it looks like the 46 of Thad Moffitt.
Oh, your eyes are a lot better than mine.
Glasson is in the next spot with Chris Throckmorton, Sam Scarpelli. The 66 is up there, which is, I gotta find my list real quick.
Yeah, see a number, there was 12 went by, but I don't have a 12 on my rundown qualifying sheet. But
I found my list. I knew I could find it there if I look hard enough. The 66, that is Ryan Hall. Brian Voss is way back there in the back, and he must have had to make some kind of an adjustment during impound, because as I had mentioned when they did the pill draw, he finished 7th in the first feature, but he is way back there at the back. So something tells me he had to make some kind of an adjustment during impound. And just like you see on cup races, when you have a guy that has to go to the rear for an unapproved adjustment, if he had to change a tire, if they had to change a shock or a spring or something during that impound time, they make him go to the back, because you can't make your car any better and not pay some kind of a penalty when other people are not allowed to make their car better.
Interesting.
So he's back in there with Cody Haskins at the back of the field, Ryan Hall. They're going to be back there at the back of the pack. The number 10 has pulled in again, Big Ed Williams. They are still working on that car. It was not good in the first race. Bryant Barnhill is on pit lane on Jack Stands. That number 5, your winner the last time out, is not going to take the green flag this time around. So it's a disappointment for that team after the thrill that they had last week, or last race, 2 weeks ago, of getting into victory lane for the first time in a long time. That's a small, underfunded operation. To have them win one was pretty darn cool.
One more time by as they're doing
double up shuffle from Flagman Tim.
Side by side.
I would say he's working the moneymaker, but it looks like the hips are not really swinging tonight.
Yeah.
Mr. Tim might be a little wore out from waving that caution flag so much the first time around. But caution lights are out on top of the Bell & Bell GMC Buick pace car. Down the backstretch they go. He is going to make that left turn into the pit lane, and the field will be in the hands of Lucas Williams. Lucas Williams, as Armakovich did, pick the outside lane for this restart, or start, I should say. They'll come out of turn 4, look to the flag stand. Flagman Tim has the field under control. The hand is on the button. He turns it to green. The flag is waving, and we are off in after it. Feature race number 2 for the late models. Lucas Williams with the advantage down into turn number 1. Will Burns looked like he washed up just a touch there. Going in, had to check up a bit. But Williams kind of went a little wide coming out on the backstretch, so end result is they're side by side in 3 and 4. Matt Cox thought very hard about going on the outside coming on the backstretch. You want to talk about getting after it, though.
3 wide.
Justin Milliken throwing it to the inside. He is not backing off. That got very dicey down into turn number 1. He is right there behind Stephen Parsons. He is trying to get it while the getting is good with the field all bunched together. The end result, he had to check up. We're now going to go 3 wide behind him. Tyler English on the high, wide, and handsome side. Chad McCombie was in the middle. He swings to the bottom. Now he's thinking about going underneath Milliken. They are not holding back at the start of this second feature for the late models.
McCombie bumped Milliken as they came down the front stretch, and I'm telling you what, these guys are getting after it.
Lucas Williams has that lead for now, but they are really getting after it. right in there behind him. Milliken has worked his way down the inside. He's gotten by Cox. He's upside on Burns at this point in time. Milliken trying to get to that point. I think Milliken figures out if he can get to the lead before McCumbee can get by him, then he's going to be able to dictate the line and be able to take it away from McCumbee, make McCumbee have to work extra hard to get by him. But if McCumbee can get around him before he gets to the lead, then all bets are off, and McCumbee can dictate it just like he did in that first race. For now, Lucas Williams has got the top spot, but Milliken's got the preferred line on the inside. They're going to be side by side, spilling onto the backstretch. Into turn 3, Milliken with a slight advantage. Williams sails it in a little deeper because he can wait a little longer to brake, so they're going to come off right next to each other. It's a drag race to the line. Who's going to be your leader? It sure looks like it's Justin Milliken by half a car length.
It is. Justin Milliken took the top spot. Lucas Williams in second. Will Burns in third. Matt Cox in fourth. And Chad McCumbee is in fifth. McCumbee was digging it so hard last time around into turn 1, he was throwing sparks everywhere.
There's a few of them that are throwing sparks at this point in time. We're 5 laps in. Anybody that's familiar with racing knows that you start your air pressures low because the pressure builds up, and there's an optimal point in there that you want to get to where the tires perform their best.
Interesting.
And you would hope to have that be for the longest portion of the run. So you start them as low as you possibly can in order to get to that level or that pressure without starting them so low that you spin the thing off of the bead. So that's kind of the challenge. But you saw it from McCumbee. You saw Lucas Williams as well. When he goes down in there to one, that first 3 or 4 laps, there were sparks coming out of the left side because that left front tire's probably got anywhere from 7 to 10 pounds in it. And you're just going to bottom out when you hit into that corner. But now that the pressures are built up, the cars are clearing, and you're not seeing the sparks flying anymore.
And Chad McCumbee moved up from his 6th position at the start. He's up to 4th now. As he goes by the start-finish line, McCumbee is right behind Matt Cox. He's trying to take the double win here tonight. McCumbee won the first 40-lap feature. He wants a double barrel shot this evening.
Milliken has got the lead. We told you he's cleared Williams going on to the backstretch there 3 or 4 laps ago. The second place, Matt Cox is trying to get by Williams. McCumbee trying to get by both of them while he can before Milliken gets too far away. Milliken, as I said, got to that point. I think he's doing the same thing McCumbee did in the first race now. Biding his time, he's not pushing it too hard. He's just doing enough to maintain that advantage so he's out there 5 or 6 car lengths and keeps it from being too hard. We got a mix-up down in turn number 2. Sam Scarpelli was involved with somebody else. I'm trying to see who that is pulling up. Technically, it's a Buick pace car from Bell & Bell GMC Buick.
There you go.
On pit lane, green flag is in the air. Justin Milliken, your leader. Lucas Williams with him. Matt Cox sticks the nose to the inside, but thinks better of it. They're going to go side by side all the way back through the field, down through turns 1 and 2, onto the backstretch. Milliken with a big jump coming off at turn 2, easily clears Williams, heads down into turn number 3 with the lead. Lucas Williams still trying to figure out a way to get by him, but doesn't want to give up that bottom because that's going to let Matt Cox sneak up in there and get there. McCumbee on the high side, he's looking to make hay once again. He started 6th. He is now up to the 3rd spot on the outside, looking to figure out a way to cut that knife right through the middle of those 2 cars. He's clear of Cox now. He's going to throw the nose down the inside of Williams. Look at McCumbee sliding up into the battle for the 2nd spot. Williams has got it for now. McCumbee right there. Matt Cox not exactly willing to give that up. It's giving McCumbee a little shot coming out of 3 and 4 as they head down this front straight, but McCumbee hangs on to it, stays in front of Cox, and in the meantime, going on the outside, that's Ryan Glensky in that 41. We mentioned that Lee McCall entry was running in the top 3 in national points with Chase Purdy behind the wheel. Now Glensky's in there. That car is absolutely capable of getting it done, and Glensky is feeling it out, getting it up there. I now see that car that was on pit lane was Jamie Weatherford into 94. He's lost a couple laps by being in pit lane, being worked on, so he is not going to be a factor for the win, but he's going to go back out there and turn some more laps just to see what they've got in that car. For now, we got 11 laps on the board. Justin Milliken is your leader. Second place is a battle between Lucas Williams and Chad McCumbee. As they come by the line this time, Williams has got it by half a car length. 4th place is Matt Cox. 5th is going to be Ryan Glensky. Dexter Knipe is sitting in 6th. 7th place goes to Will Burns. Stephen Parsons is 8th. Cole Glass, 9th. Tyler English rounding out your top 10. Thad Moffitt is in 11th. Ryan Hall is running in 12th at this point. That can't be right because he's been pulled in already.
Yeah, he's done.
Brian Boss into 30. So actually, I take that back. Hall is out there. That was a different 66 that's in the pits. That has messed us up. I hate when we have 2 66s.
Yeah, we don't have.
I apologize to all the Ryan Hall fans that have me calling him out. He's actually running in 12th. Apologize for that. 13th is Brian Voss. 14th, Chris Rockstar Throckmorton, and Cody Haskins is being scored in the 15th spot. Again, Haskins came in under that caution, did a little work. They have got some serious damage on the left front of Haskins' car. It's missing part of that fender. It looked like there was a tire rub as they came out of turn 4 that time. Some smoke billowed off the left front, but he is still getting after it, trying to go there. Jamie Weatherford has taken that 94 behind the wall. Looks like he is done for the night. The battle's still on for the 3rd spot. Chad McCumbee has worked his way up to 2nd. Matt Cox is alongside Lucas Williams for 3rd right now. Cox has got the advantage as they go on the backstretch. He is going to take over that spot, and here comes Ryan Glensky. Glensky looking to move Williams back to the back. Williams started on the pole. He is now in 4th and possibly sliding back to 5th.
Chad McCumbie's car is running like a scalded rabbit right now. He is trying to get his 2nd win of the night. He is still about 2 car lengths back of Justin Milliken, but he is making up ground. He started 6th, and he's already worked his way up to the runner-up position.
Milliken's got about 2 car lengths on him, but it's curious to see if he's actually trying to dictate a pace here or if he is running as hard as he can. We'll find out. I mean, this is going to play out. We got 17 laps on the board right now. We're getting close to that halfway point. Like I said at the beginning, I don't think anybody's conserving much of anything in a 40-lap race here. You've got guys that know they got to go. They know McCumbee is coming. Milliken got himself out front. He may have been able to ride for a little bit while McCumbee was working his way up there, but that caution didn't help. That drew him up to the back of the car, and now McCumbee is right there 2 car lengths back. So he is battling it hard, trying to get by him. Milliken's keeping him behind him for now, but it's anybody's guess at this point. Matt Cox is wanting to keep those guys in view. Cox is your points leader for the year. He needs to have 2 more good races, and he can wrap up the championship. But one bad misstep, one into the wall, and it brings everybody else back into this. So Cox just wants to keep Milliken close because Milliken's 2nd in points. He wants to try and keep him to where he can see him, and he's not going to lose any kind of significant ground if that's the case. So for now, Matt Cox sitting in 3rd. He's 6 or 7 car lengths behind McCumbee as we come to the line. Cross flags in the air from flagman Tim.
Oh, we got a lot of
20
smoke.
down, 20 to go. And don't look now, but Chad McCumbee
looks like he's losing his engine.
Serious part failure in the engine department.
Woo! That's a lot of smoke.
Last week, Kevin Barnhill was taking care of the Zika concerns in Myrtle Beach. GMC Buick pace car has pulled off onto the pit lane. We are getting ready to get back after it almost at the halfway point. We took the cross flags there but didn't finish the lap. So we are 19 in the books, 21 to go. 3 wide going out into turn number 1. Not messing around as the green flag comes out. Ryan Glensky goes in to make it a challenge for the lead. Justin Milliken says, not so fast, my friend. Stays in the hammer, goes down the backstretch, and he is going to lead down into turn number 3. Glensky is in the 2nd spot for now. Matt Cox trying to reel Milliken back in from that 3rd position. Glensky almost got up into Cox there. Cox kind of backed it off just a touch to make sure he didn't get squeezed into the wall. But he is on the gas now and looking to take that 2nd spot away from Glensky. Glensky tried to make something happen there right as the restart happened. And he almost got there, but unfortunately for him, Milliken was able to get in the gas coming off at 2, held onto the lead, and now Milliken's your leader. Matt Cox is in 2nd. Glensky is in 3rd, Knife is in 4th, and Lucas Williams is rounding out your top 5.
Again, Justin Milliken holding on, but Chad McCumbee was giving him all he wanted before something let go in that number 95, and they've got him jacked up right now, still looking underneath, but it looks like Chad McCumbie's night is going to be a winning night in the first 40-lap feature, but is not going to finish the 2nd.
Needless to say, it'll be an interesting double victory lane celebration because we can see Chad standing down there in pit lane now with his driver's chute around his waist, so he is definitely done for this race. He'll come over to victory lane unaided by a vehicle, so it'll be a standing victory lane, I guess. But Super Chad got the win done in the first one, and he was definitely here for the 2nd one. That car just didn't make it all the way to the end. For now, Milliken 5 to 6 car lengths ahead of Matt Cox as they head down into turn number 3. 17 to be 16 laps to go when they come by this time. 3rd place still in the hands of Ryan Glensky, Dexter Knife Jr. in 4th, Lucas Williams 5th, Will Burns running in that 6th spot. Stephen Parsons is in 7th, Cole Glasson 8th, Thad Moffitt in 9th, and Ryan Hall. Once again, apologies to the Ryan Hall fans. We were trying to get him thrown out of this race so early on. He is still out there and getting after it in the top 10.
I'll tell you what, again, Justin Milliken, I don't exactly remember where he finished in that first 40-lap feature, but he certainly has a lot left here in this second group, because I think you're right, the way that Chad McCumbee did it in the first race. I think he is just basically setting the pace, and if he decides to put the pedal to the metal, he could run away from this crowd.
Right on. Milliken did finish second in that first race.
He did.
He was there, but McCumbee had him covered. For the Brian Voss fans, unfortunately, when he came by the flag stand here, he just pushed the clutch in again and popped it. Not sure what is going on with the 30, but he is obviously feeling like he is not up to full song. He has pulled it back on pit lane at this point in time. He's headed back to the attention of his pit crew in that 30, but obviously going to go a lap down as the field flashes by him while he's on pit lane here. And as I said before, any hopes of a track championship are pretty much going up right now as the laps are ticking by, and he is not completing them here in this second feature race. On back to school night here at Myrtle Beach Speedway, brought to you by the folks from the Champion Autism Network.
Got the next to final race of the year on HTC4 and HTCConnect.com, and we thank our sponsors once again, starting with our 4-star plumbing and air conditioning Victory Lane. We certainly want to say thank you to Southern Asphalt. It is the Southern Asphalt Saturday night racing in the NASCAR Whelen All-American Series. Then we thank DQ Chill and Grill, as well as Johnny Gardner Law.
Into turn number 3, coming around looking at the flag stand. This time, Flagman Tim puts both hands out and extends all 10 fingers. 30 laps are down, 10 more laps to go, and we will put a period on the second feature of the night for the Whelen All-American Series late models here at Myrtle Beach Speedway. Milliken still leading by 5 to 6 car lengths. It seems like at this point in time, he's dictating the pace. Matt Cox is in the second spot. Cox is trying to reel him in. Again, as I mentioned earlier, it's kind of a big picture thing for Cox.
Yeah.
You know Cox wants to win a race because he's a racer. We all want to win a race. But knowing that he's right there, Milliken will gain 4 points on him if he wins a race. You get 3 bonus points for winning a race, and you get 1 point for every position you finish. So he'll have 1 point more for the points plus the 3 bonus points, so you're talking 4. I don't remember what the difference is, but it's somewhere near double digits between the two. So 4 points is not that significant. Mind you, he gets by him, that's 4 points going the other way, and it really puts a nail in a coffin for the championship. But you don't want to put your car in peril and take a chance on bringing other cars back into this event by reckoning. So Cox is obviously going to push for it. He's got 7 laps to try to make something happen, but for now, he's got to be pretty happy to just be riding there watching Milliken and figuring lose the battle but win the war.
I tell you what, Matt Cox driving that Black's Tire and Auto car, the number 51. Black's Tire and Auto Service has been a long-time sponsor of the Myrtle Beach Speedway, as long as I can remember. The Myrtle Beach 400 used to be sponsored by Black's Tire and Auto, and even the what used to be the Busch Series race was a big deal here at the Myrtle Beach Speedway, and Black's Tire and Auto was involved in that too. So kudos to them for staying involved in Myrtle Beach Speedway racing.
Absolutely. We keep bugging Ricky. We'd like to see Ricky get the billboard back out here at the Speedway. Hopefully one of these days he's going to return my email or my phone call or something, and we'll talk about this. Not sure what happened there that they quit putting a billboard out here a while back, but they're a longtime supporter of short track racing all over the Southeast.
Absolutely.
Truly appreciate what they do for the sport and would love to have them back in the Myrtle Beach family. While we were talking there, big story, Lucas Williams in the 11 takes it behind the wall. He pulled it down to his trailer. He is done for the night. That is a shakeup in the running order of the race. Glensky is now up to the 3rd spot, Knipe in 4th, and Will Burns rounding out your top 5 right now. As we are under 5 to go, they come by the flag stand. This time, 37 laps in the books. We got 3 more to go before we put a period on a feature race number 2 for the late models here at Myrtle Beach Speedway. And as we've said, Milliken still 4 car lengths ahead of Matt Cox. Matt Cox is sailing it in deeper and deeper, trying to reel him in. He may have got it down to 2 car lengths here, but he washed up the middle of the track a little bit in the corner. He's pushing it as you expect him to because he's a racer, but at the same time, as I mentioned, he's trying to win a championship, and he doesn't want to put himself in harm's way. For now, I'm going to run down and take care of the victory lane duties as we got a lap and a half to go in this event.
All right, Mike, thank you for that, and he will bring us all of the celebrations, 2 of them, because Chad McCumbee is going to be celebrating another win for the first 40-lap feature, and we had a little jostling going on in the back there. You saw on your HTC screen, the white flag is in the air, 1 lap to go as Justin Milliken continues to hang on. He was pushed by Matt Cox, our series leader right now, but there's the checkered flag, and the first and second place goes to Justin Milliken and Matt Cox, followed by Ryan Glinsky, and you got to give it to Dexter Knight Jr. He has come on, starting way in the back to get a top 5 finish in this race. Has to be a success for him this evening. Will Burns finished 5th, as you see. Stephen Parsons. Stephen, of course, the son of Phil Parsons, longtime NASCAR names of interest. Cole Glasson, finished in 7th, followed by Thad Moffitt. Thad Moffitt is the grandson of Richard Petty. And as you see the car pulling into the 4-star victory lane, the 4-star plumbing and